This is Huawei's new phone, the Honor View 10. It's going to be launching in India next month, early next month, which is just a couple of days, considering we're on 31st December 2017. The big claim to fame for this phone is that it is the first Huawei phone which comes with a dedicated AI chip. It's got the Kirin 970 processor, which is Huawei's own homegrown processor, which has a NPU, which is a neural processing unit, which helps with on-device machine learning and deep learning instead of phone sort of parsing through the network over the cloud, and all the learning is done at a data center. Everything happens on the phone. So a couple of intelligent uses of that are in the camera. So you've got a very cool dual camera system out here which does an artificial blur like effect. It's got a f1.8 aperture. But the big cool thing that it does is that, like, when you take a photo, shooting a scene, it can automatically detect if there's some food on the table, and it can optimize the settings of the camera for the food, so that it looks even better than what you would do manually, or like even if the phone was on auto mode. The other use comes in face detection. It can detect a lot of things automatically. The phone is able to detect what object is there in the frame and automatically tell you what it is. And lastly, because it's a dedicated AI core out here, applications, third-party application makers can sort of customize the experience of their apps so that those apps run better on this phone, because this phone runs a very unique processor. Currently in the market, there are only 3 other phones which have a dedicated AI core, and guess what? That's Apple. The new iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10. Even on the new Google Pixel 2, there is the Pixel Vision Core processor out there, but it's not the main processor. They had to outfit something different. Here, it's inbuilt, and Huawei claims it is the fastest one out there, and according to benchmarks, it is actually fastest on paper, at least, if you go by synthetic benchmarks. A great example of this is the Microsoft Translator app out here, which has been optimized for this processor, and it does machine learning and translation at a much faster rate than what it would have been on a phone without a dedicated AI core. And that's the big thing. And apart from that, this is like a totally flagship class phone. You get a really sturdy body. It's aluminum frame, really nicely built, dual cameras, face recognition also like the iPhone 10, so it also does an emoji like trick. Full view bezel-less screen. Well, this is not iPhone like bezel-less, but like you see very short bezels out here. They've even managed to incorporate a front mounted fingerprint scanner, so which works really fast with that. So that's really cool. And dollops of RAM, 6GB RAM, 128GB of onboard storage, micro SD card support also, and also 4G LTE, and it's running on the latest Android Oreo. Yes, this is Oreo. It may not look like Oreo, but it is Oreo. So overall, this is a pretty damn cool phone. It also packs a very big battery. It's got a 3750 mAh battery, which also supports Huawei's supercharging format, which charges the phone at a very rapid pace. Coupled with the optimizations on the Kirin 970 processor and the entire software stack, which has been designed by Huawei, at least customized on top of Android, this gives really good battery life. It will give you around a day and a half easily with light to medium usage. A little heavy usage, it will sort of still manage to last you an entire day, and that's great. As this phone is launching next week in India, first week of January, we are hosting this very cool party, New Year's party called A Comedy of Errors, in partnership with the Honor View 10 and the Honor 7X for PCMag India. As a part of this, we are going to be live streaming the entire party, and you will see videos of it on PCMag India. We have got some great artists playing, probably the best electronic musician out here in India right now. BLOT is performing with support from film. the concept is a comedy of errors. Since this is a New Year's party, we generally tend to be forward-looking, but since it's the end of 2017, we are looking back at the year that was, and we have sort of transformed this venue into an old Shakespearean theatre inspired by William Shakespeare's drama, A Comedy of Errors. And this phone is right at the center of the experience of the party because it's live streaming it. We'll be showcasing the quality of audio and video this phone is able to shoot in this kind of a party environment, which is like a dark, dingy environment, showcasing capabilities of its camera. And mind you, this has got a really good camera on it, particularly for its price, because it's going to launch for less than 40,000 rupees. So you can expect it to be one of the best phones if you really care about mobile photography and video.